Yo, welcome to another installment of Black Man's Thoughts. It's been a very long time. Yeah, y'all, I'm getting over it. It's been a very long time, and a lot of stuff has been going on. So just be patient with me, man. Thought I was going to get over here and start making a lot of videos. Not too long ago, my last video I was talking about it, but stuff's happening. Life happens, and I'm always still here though. But first and foremost, I want to praise the Most High for allowing us to wake up. You know what I'm saying, and just be able to be alive and breathe. And it's a crazy society, it's a crazy world, and for us to be here watching a video, making a video, we just take a moment just to say thank you. We're able to do that. You know what I mean? Obviously, a lot of stuff has happened. So I'm gonna start off with the Baltimore Ravens. All right, season's over. And my thoughts of the last game are complete frustration. 20 plus years of our offense being the problem. 20 plus years of us not having enough offense to get over the hump. 20 plus years of not having that go-to big time dominating receiver to AJ Green, somebody else, the way AJ Green has done us multiple times in the end of the games. You know what I'm saying? Hollywood played good his last game, but Hollywood is a good player, but he ain't no AJ Green right now. He's not I want to take over. I like what they were doing with Hollywood later in the year. Last two games, they started finding ways to get him more incorporated. So hopefully this is Greg Roman. Greg Roman showed that he's starting to learn how to utilize Hollywood. Utilize Hollywood in situations and type of routes that Hollywood can be explosive on. And I think that Hollywood is a very great receiver. I don't think he's going to ever be Calvin Johnson, but I do think that he can be Tyreek Hill-esque, AJ Brown, Antonio Brown-esque. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily them, but he can have flashes of them. You know what I'm saying? On a consistent basis if we use them right. Look at my dog on hair. Look at that. I need to get it retwisted. But Lamar, it all falls on his shoulders. And I think Lamar has taken us as far as he can go with the current scheme of Greg Roman. You know what I mean? I was watching a clip last night with Josh Harris, and Josh Harris was like, me and Lamar's plan was to, since high school, he's been the best athlete on the field. And, he escapes, eludes, breaks, you know what I mean, and buys time until somebody breaks open or the play collapses and he makes a play. And I'm like, that's a terrible advice. And he was like, that's what our plan was. And I'm like, that's terrible advice. At some point in time, you have to be able to, I hate that angle, read the damn defense and make the decisions, and not hopefully a play breaks down or somebody sneaks open. Like, this is the NFL. And you're not going to just be like, what's up, little man?
What's up?
Say welcome, Black Man's Thoughts.
Welcome, Black Man Thoughts.
You have to be able to see the field, see the throws, throw a receiver open. You can't just hopefully the receiver gets open, because like we was talking in my chat group, Let a Black Man Talk, at some point in time, you have to start holding Lamar Jackson accountable. I haven't finished the video, but somebody said in the video that he was only able to work with Josh Harris 10% of the time because of COVID. Now, I do think that there's going to be some growth, because Hollywood said something, and that video, or somebody mentioned on the video, he was only able to work 10% with his quarterback coach. Well, I think that this off season is going to be better, simply because now players know what they can and can't do. Last year, nobody knew what they were going to do, so they was taking super precaution measures and not getting together. Well, Hollywood said, well, this year we're going to get together. And I think he was talking about the fact that there were certain receivers. I think it was like Boykins, maybe some new receivers, or Snead, or whatever. They wasn't all be able to get together. And this year, he's like, we're getting together. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's an attitude that you got to have. And I think that they're learning that they're figuring out how to train on off season. Remember, they're still young. So I think they're figuring out how to train. But back to Lamar, he's gotta get a true quarterback coach in the offseason. I'm not saying that Josh Harris isn't. I think that Josh Harris does a good job, and he can actually go along. But I don't think that Josh Harris should be the only quarterback coach that he deals with on the offseason. I would like to see him go back to the quarterback guru. Of course, I want to give the black man his opportunity and his flowers in Josh Harris because he did a damn good job. But I do think that when you make a statement like, our game plan was to, buy some time until somebody break open. No, you throw somebody open. You be able to read a defense and you trust the play. You trust the receiver's route that he's going to be. I mean, I just think that the idea behind it is not a sophisticated idea, and I think that there's flaws and holes in that. So if that is the idea, I think that he should go to a different quarterback coach in the offseason. I do think that he needs to work on his fundamentals and his accuracy. And like we said in the chat group, Let a Black Man Talk, that a lot of times Lamar Jackson doesn't throw until somebody's super wide open. He can't wait that long. Especially knowing that our offensive line was a big problem this year. It was a huge problem this year. So waiting till somebody gets open is not always going to happen in the NFL, because sometimes the defensive lines are just more aggressive than yours, and you have to be able to game plan against that and be able to make quick throws and see the field and see a receiver open before he's actually open. And I think that's the next develop in his growth, is being able to see a receiver open, being able to read the defense and read on where a receiver is supposed to be and going to be before he's actually there. I think that's the next evolution in his offense and in his passing game. Speaking of the passing game, my thoughts on Greg Roman, 2 parts. I think that he needs to go. I think he's taking this as far as he can go. But I also feel like maybe he is the best. I wouldn't say the best for Lamar Jackson, because Lamar Jackson does have to be able to prove that he's able to do the things that I just said, which is see the field open, see a receiver open, throw a receiver open, so forth and so forth. But if Lamar is able to do that, I think that he'll be a lot better. But I do think that part of the problem is Greg Roman. Harbaugh said something interesting. He said that we're not going to go out there and throw it 40 times a game like the Steelers. Well, damn it, throw it 35. Because what's happening is 2-3 years in a row, this RPO only is going to take you so far in the playoffs. You have to be able to, open up the passing game to the next level. And that's being able to say, we can do both. And we can do both to win games easily anytime we want to. When you only going to say we're going to pass it only if they stop the run, I think that now all they got to do is say, hey, we know they're behind and they can't come from behind. What we're going to do is now put 6 DBs or 7, 8 DBs on the field, and now we're matching Lamar Jackson's strength if he runs. Well, Lamar Jackson's got to be able to say, well, you know what? I know that they're going to put like 10 DBs on the field because they already stopped the run. So now I got to do what? I got to see the field open. I got to make sure that my receiver is open. I got to make sure that I throw it to the correct routes and not just wait till somebody's wide open, because if you have 8 DBs who are running 4.4s and 4.3s, nobody's going to be open. And then it looks like, oh, we don't have no receivers. But we damn sure have receivers, because Boykins was open a lot more than people think. Boykins was wide open a lot of times, and he just didn't get the looks because Lamar didn't go through his progressions. Especially at the beginning of the season, when he was only looking for Andrews and sometimes Hollywood. Everybody else didn't have a chance. Look at Snead. Snead is a great chain mover. Snead, got 20, 30, if 30 receptions? You know what I'm saying? So I just think that a lot of it is Lamar Jackson's seeing the field a little bit better and going through his progressions. And the other part of it is Greg Roman. Greg Roman's play calling is terrible, and his passing lanes are terrible. As Steve Smith and Warner broke it down, yeah, I understand Harbaugh saying we're not going to change it to meet critics, just to make them happy. But you can't just dismiss it. You have to look and see what they're saying and say, wait a minute, if Kurt Warner has broken down these passing lanes and all the routes are all close together towards the middle of the field, it's going to be easier to cover, space them out. I think that you have to take that concept in mind and say, you know what, he may be right. I'm not saying that John Harbaugh didn't do that, but maybe he just doesn't want to tip his hand. But I think that you do need to take in take those thoughts in. I do think that they will make adjustments. He said it during his press conference. He wants to be more efficient. He's going to stick to their style of football and involve the passing game around their type of players. And I understand that. That's what a smart coach would say. But I do think that they have to implement a whole... And I think he said it. He said we're going to upgrade the passing. And that's been the killer. The passing offense, and we need more talent around Lamar. I think he has decent talent, but I don't think he has talent to scare other teams. And that is because I don't think that he sees the field in a way that he's really supposed to right now. So, I just think that, hopefully he can make the transition. We will see. Oh man, I got on the wrong highway. But yeah, defensive side of the ball, I do expect us to lose some players. To be honest with you, I wouldn't be mad if we lost Judon and Yannick. You know what I mean? Yannick. Because Judon played better when Yannick was there, but Judon couldn't get no pressure when Yannick wasn't there. You know what I mean? I was praising him at first until somebody pointed that out. I said, you know what? You damn sure right, man. Judon is great when there's somebody else on the other side. But if you don't have somebody, why pay him all that money? Get him out of there. Yannick did not play the way we thought he was going to play. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't mind keeping him simply because he does provide more consistent pressure than Judon, and he's able to bend, and I think he can teach others to bend, but Judon plays the run better. So if I had to choose between the two, I think I would choose Judon simply because if we get a halfway decent rookie, he could help Judon, but at least Judon can play the run. Yannick, yeah, he could pressure, but he's only, they'll put him in third and fourth down, second and longs. He wouldn't even be in there all the whole time. So why feed him all that money as well? But I do expect one of them to be back. I do think we need safety depth and we need cornerback depth because any year they could go down. Defensive line is pretty good. Inside linebacker, I like LJ Ford. I definitely like. He's not an inside linebacker, but Jihad Ward is a monster. Jihad Ward is damn good, man. He's just getting better than me. I like him. I think we have a pretty good group of guys on defense, so I'm not worried about that. But the coaching, Brent Urban, he may be gone. Our secondary coach gone. I think one of our D-line coaches gone. So there is going to be some coaching vacancies and with some new coaches. The one I like the most is Mike McDonald or something McDonald. I think he was our linebackers coach. I'm excited to get a new linebacker coach because I don't think the development of our outside linebackers have been anything good in the last few years. The Judon, Bowser, Ferguson, Kamila Correa, etc. What's it called? Zadarius Smith. All of these did not develop on the way that we thought they was going to develop, the way we want them to develop. They're not developing like teams like Pittsburgh Steelers develop their outside linebackers. You know what I'm saying? Even Tennessee is really develops pretty good linebackers. You know what I mean? So I definitely think that we definitely need a new linebacker coach, but I think we need to upgrade the development room because the receivers aren't developing right, and what's it called? The safeties can use a little bit more develop. I do like both our safeties. I definitely like the Joker. He's a monster, man, but we need to get some outside linebacker development going on or some receiver development. The receiver room looks good, man. I just excited to see the changes. Year 2000 Baltimore Ravens finished 11-5. Won the wild card game, lost against the Buffalo Bills. So obviously there's progress from last year. I think we were better than last year, but I do think that we left a lot of plays on the table this year. And I think that we didn't find out who we were until the playoffs, until that 6-game winning streak. And now we're just playing and allowing Lamar Jackson to have fun. But with that said, man, we love y'all, man. We'll come back soon, hopefully. This is Black Man's Thoughts 2000 Baltimore Ravens season review. This is the off season. This is the fun part. So, hopefully we can get a lot of our wish list. Top of the wish list for me. Harbaugh also said that he wants to upgrade the line. That's damn near priority number one. And we saw all the bad snaps, the bloody ball, and the bloody ball from Skura's terrible ass. You know what I'm saying? Snapping the ball, blood all over his fingers. And then Marikey comes in. I think it was Marikey, and he does better. But at the end, it was just we need a true center. We need a true center. I like the left tackle. It'll be interesting to see what they're gonna do with Ronnie Stanley or Orlando Brown. Orlando Brown played lights out at the left tackle. Ronnie Stanley's coming back. Slide one of them over to the right tackle. Phillips needs to get 10 times stronger. I think he'll be good, and once he gets some strength on him, kick Fluker out of the league. He's a bum. The left guard and Bozeman is good, and I actually like Powers at right guard, but it's going to be between him, Powers, Merricky, and Phillips for that right guard position, I bet, in training camp. And I think that the center is going to just have, the new center is going to be the starter. It won't be anybody on our team that's going to be the starting center, is my bet. But with that said, man, drop a comment, like, subscribe, share, hit that like button, tap that notification button, man. Wipe your feet before you come into the house. That's hitting that, not that like button, man. Subscribe, man. I apologize for not coming on here a lot more, but this is the off season. This is mock drafts, and more. So when coaching changes come, I'll jump back on here. Players leaving and whatever. I know y'all seen Dez Bryant's workout, looked amazing. Harbaugh saying that he wants another Anquan Bolton, and well, you have Dez, and Dez looked damn good in training camp, or damn good in those videos, but I don't know. You seen more than me, Harb. So let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think Harb should stay? Do y'all think G-Ro should stay? What do you think about Brent Urban and his development with Lamar Jackson? Who was more influential, Josh Harris or Brent Urban? What was Brent Urban's role? Because if his role was to get fundamentals into Lamar Jackson, he sucked this year. And with that said, this is Black Man Stats, man. This is your boy Yasha Yahoo. Shalom, shalom.